In this video, we're going to see how to add an image to a button in AppInventor. And the button I'm going to use is the what does control 1, 2, 3 do? That's awfully wordy. Usually we want to use images that give the idea of what the button's going to do, like a picture of a camera to take a photo, for instance, or a picture of a floppy disk to save. There's tons of clip art available. What I'm going to do now, I pulled up the on-screen keyboard in Windows. So literally just go to Windows and type keyboard. And I'm going to kind of use this recursively. I'm going to hit print screen, and then I'm going to go to Paint, get this guy out of the way, and Control V, paste it into Paint. And now I'm going to use Paint's selection tool, and I'm going to try to grab these keys. I'm going to condense them a little bit because we want it to fit on the button. So Control, and then I'm going to paste, drag it down right here, and then Shift. We're going to do the similar thing to that. We're going to grab a little bit of the black border to make a difference between Shift and Control. Okay, Control C, Control V, and Control Shift. And then let's grab a little bit of the T as well. So again, grab a little bit of the black border and T, Control C, Control V. Okay, now I naturally kind of just grabbed them. I didn't really align them very well. So let me pretty it up a little bit now. I'm gonna, okay, just make them all the same size like that. Still doesn't look good, but it'll do. Okay, new, okay, and a paste into Paint, and I'm going to crop. Let me expand this again, crop. Okay, so it's just the size of that image. File, save as, and we will save this again in my multimedia directory. We'll save this as CTRL Shift T. PNG should be okay, so we'll save. Okay, and back to AppInventor. Okay, so this was our Control Shift T. So I'm going to look at the button. This is a button that I added in a previous video. I'm sorry, I said Control 1, 2, 3. I ended up doing Control Shift T. First, I need to upload the image. So I'm going to go to Media and choose Upload File. Choose File and pick our Control Shift T again. And OK. Okay, now select the button Control Shift T, and I'm going to come down and look for image and take a look. Control Shift T PNG pops up, and I choose OK. Okay. With that image, I no longer need the text on it, so the text is kind of going over the image. So let me take the text out of the button. So with the button selected, I just scroll down and I grab the text, and got it. Okay, so also it now respects the size of that image, and boy, that image looks terrible, but okay, we'll be fine. So let me go ahead and play this. Whoops, no, not that. I'll go ahead and reload the emulator, and we'll let that happen. While that's reloading, I quickly did this little, butchering up of the keyboard, but honestly, there's plenty of free clip art that's available. You could look for something like free clip art camera or something like that. Okay, find something that because it's going to be a button, you want something that's not going to be too involved, something very simple like that. That gets the point across. This is good, but not for a button because it's too much detail. You really want kind of a simple symbol. So we'll say free camera save, or free clip art save. I don't like that. Save to disk. There we go. Again, simple image. Monochrome is fine. That's kind of what we're going for. And now the emulator has come up and we can click. Control Shift T allows you to reopen a tab that you have closed. And sure enough, it still works just as fine. It's an image. There are some, in kind of advanced Android, there are some concepts around something called a 9-patch image, which is one that will resize for you automatically. So this is a good start, though. This is a good way to start getting our app looking good. If you want to add an image to a screen, this same concept exists, just select the entire screen and background image. You can use a background image on the screen. A caution though, keep in mind that contrast is important. A lot of times it's not a good idea to put like a picture as a background image. Maybe some kind of texture is fine, but don't go crazy with a very colorful picture. Contrast is important. People are going to be using their phones with a lot of glare in the sun, things like that. Background color, now that might, that might be a good idea, particularly when you do something like we did in a previous video where we change the background color to indicate something happening, like saving or showing all shortcuts, adding a shortcut. That kind of subtle hint goes a lot further than posting a toast that the user has to read. A color change to confirm that something happens a lot better. So I tend to prefer that, but nonetheless, if you do like images on the background, you can just go here to background image and do the same thing. So we have looked at player and we have looked at sound. For camera and image picker, we're going to jump into basically remaking the app that I have out on the Play Store, which is called Plant Places Mobile. And I have a video that does a little case study on the first iteration of Plant Places Mobile, and then after I had some time to think about it, how I made it simpler and easier to use. So we'll see that, and then we'll start making Plant Places Mobile. I look forward to seeing you then. Thank you.